Israeli army warned residents to evacuate parts of central Gaza, saying the military was preparing to use great force against the Palestinian resistance Hamas fighters in the area. The evacuation call is the first in weeks for Gaza, as the Israeli military has largely shifted its focus to fighting Hezbollah in Lebanon. 11 Palestinians were killed and others were wounded on airstrikes. The Israeli bombardment targeted al-Nusayrat camp and sheltering center in al-Salah, schools in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza Strip. 5 Palestinians also were killed and others were wounded. Gaza health authorities said at least 41,825 Palestinians have been killed and 96,910 wounded in this military offensive on Gaza since October 7th. Welcome back, and on the same topic, we're very delighted to be having with us live over the phone the journalist and writer, Mr. Ramzy Khoury. Good evening, Mr. Khoury. Hello.
Good evening, Dina.
Hello.
Good evening, Dina.
Good evening, sir.
Good
if you
evening,
could speak
Dina.
up, please. If you could raise up your voice.
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you on Arab Affairs. Now, hitting Hezbollah and I mean the war scene have been moved to Lebanon, which is a dangerous threat to the Middle East. So how do you assess the situation inside Lebanon, and how do you assess the capacity of Hezbollah faction, a faction like Hezbollah, to be able to stand up and defend a country with those vicious genocidal attacks taking place, shifting from Gaza to Hezbollah holds, and also parts of Lebanon, vital parts of Lebanon and Beirut?
Well, it is one thing, Dina, for the Israelis to bombard the southern districts of Beirut and to destroy buildings and to assassinate leaders. This is one thing, but it's another thing for the Israelis to invade Lebanon. And the reason is because Hezbollah in Lebanon since 2006 has been readying for this moment. And it is their land, it is their country, and they know it inside out. Not only this, they have built all of the mechanisms and what they need in order for them to defend it. And we've seen this in the past 3 days. Israel has been trying incursions into the south of Lebanon, and it has not been a very happy story for them. Hezbollah has been able to block every single attempt to enter into Lebanese territory, and Hezbollah has caused Israel a lot of harm in terms of damage that they did to the Israeli war equipment, or to the number of deaths and injuries that the Israelis have sustained in the past 3 days. So this should give the Israelis a good hint about a repeat in history, because in 2006 when they invaded, Hezbollah was able to deliver a lot of damage to the Israelis, and the Israelis had to pull out. But then Hezbollah has built and developed their systems in a dramatic way. Their weapons are much more advanced. They have a very big stock of ammunition. Their fighters on the ground are very well trained and, as I said, very well equipped, and therefore Israel is going to be faced with a monster that is much more difficult to tackle than Hamas, which Israel had decided to destroy in Gaza. But a year has passed and Israel has not been able to destroy Hamas in Gaza. Well, Hezbollah is stronger than Hamas, and Hezbollah has much more ability than Hamas has. So if the Israelis think that they can do this long term, there is a big problem with their thinking, Dina.
Right. Mr. Ramzy was speaking about a war that is in the course of almost 1 year now and is still ongoing viciously, killing innocent civilians and killing people who are unarmed, and again moving to another part in the Middle East. Now with the death of the chief of Hezbollah, Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah, do you think that there could be other leaders who could take over with the same strength and the same charisma and the same ability to be able to lead and take full control of the situation, even if they have the latest state-of-the-art weaponry? But at the same time, we all know Hassan Nasrallah was one of a kind leader. Do you think this is going to affect the war inside now taking place?
No, I don't think so, actually, because the most prominent leader to take the place of Hassan Nasrallah, Hashim Taqi-Din, apparently Israel tried to assassinate him. We don't know whether he survived or he was assassinated or not. Then there is also Naim Qasim. But let me tell you, Hezbollah is a very big organization, and there are many leaders there. Will that leader fill the shoes of Hassan Nasrallah? I doubt it. I don't think they will, because they will not be the same. Hassan Nasrallah is somebody who built Hezbollah. Hassan Nasrallah has been there, was leader for 30 years, Dina. And it is not easy to replace Hassan Nasrallah in order to get the same. You will not get the same, but Hezbollah will have a leader who is functional and who is capable of taking the organization into the future. Hezbollah is not going to fall apart. Hezbollah is going to continue. And this is really what counts. Even if it is not the same charisma of Hassan Nasrallah, even the organization and the institutions of Hezbollah are sustainable, and they have been built in order for them to continue. So I do not believe that Hezbollah has been weakened dramatically at the leadership level. They will regenerate. Those who are second line may become first line of authority, but at the end of the day they will manage, and these people are very well trained.
Right. On that note, Mr. Ramzy Khoury, the journalist and writer, would like to thank you, sir, so much talking to us on Arab Affairs. And by this we come to the end of this program. Thank you so much for joining us. Please stay tuned. We're coming up on Now TV.